extraordinary music.
Hey, what's going on, Masterclass family? This is your boy, Miss Adams. I just wanted to do a really quick video on how I do support and resistance levels on a naked chart. I've been asked this question a lot lately, so I just wanted to do a really quick video. So let's use Johnson & Johnson. This is a daily chart, a 1 year daily chart naked, no indicators or anything. The first thing that I want to identify is bottoms, or when a stock fell, it immediately popped up. So for example, this obviously sticks out to me as a sore thumb. For whatever reason, Johnson & Johnson fell here and immediately popped up. So what I'll do is I'll put my pointer here, then I'll go all the way to the left to see if there's any other times that it fell to this level. And I can see here back in March that Johnson & Johnson hit this level and then fell. So this let me know that this was once a resistance level that coincides with the level that I just pointed to right here. So what I'll do is I'll draw a trend line. The horizontal trend line button is right here at the bottom. I'll draw a trend line, and I'll look across. I can see Johnson fell here once, twice, 3 times, and then it went higher. And so when I look at the current activity for Johnson & Johnson, I know that this level here, which is 129, is a significant level of support, because for 3 times that it hit that level, it always bounced off of it. Okay, and then I'll move up the chain or the chart, if you will, and I'll look for another level. So here, this sticks out to me as a sore thumb. Johnson & Johnson's fell here and then shot up again. So once again, I'm going over to the left to see if there's any times where this may have acted as support or resistance. And here you go. This level, which appears to be 136, acted as resistance twice before. So I'll take my trend line and I'll just draw it straight across. And then I'll do it again and again if I have to. Then what I'll do is I'll right click the trend line that I drew, and then I may color code it. So for example, I may turn it green. I might have to do it twice. Bear with me for a moment because I have a couple of different trend lines here. Okay. I want to give you a hard time. Give me one moment. I should get it with this one. Hopefully. Bingo. There we go. Solid green. And that's my resistance level, or level that I wanted to break. And that's what I'll do on a daily chart. Okay. It's just easy to see. You can see these highs and lows, and you draw a line. And then if I want to drill down deeper, I'll go to my style and I'll change my time frame from a daily chart to an intraday chart. And it is typically 90 days and on a 1 hour chart. Now, as you can see, when I change the style, the trend lines that I drew on the daily chart is now here on the hourly chart. And then what I'll have to do in this case is zoom in, because we know, due to the sell-off that we recently had over the last couple of weeks, Johnson & Johnson is not as high as it once was. So I'll zoom in and I'll focus in on this area a little bit more to draw some new levels. So I'm zooming in. I'm on a 1 hour chart. Zoom in a little bit more. And then what I want to do is I want to take a look at lows here. So here's a low for, well, here's a huge low for Johnson & Johnson, right? But I'm gonna pay more attention to this low right here. So I may draw a trend line there, and then I'll look for a high. So right now, on Monday, this was a high here for Johnson & Johnson that it couldn't break. There's some resistance there for whatever reason, and it failed. So I'll take that. I'll draw a trend line right there, and I might make this one, let's say orange or something like that, or a random color. Let's say, yeah, orange. Because I have several trend lines, I might have to do it a couple of times. Try that again, orange. There we go. So now I know that if Johnson & Johnson can break this level at 130, 133, I have a potential target of 136.50. assuming that I can break over this congestion area here, which appears to be about 133.25, which is a $2 spread. So that's how I draw my trend lines. And when I do that, those lines typically spill over to my 5-minute chart. So you can see how I drew the orange line, right, on the 1 hour chart, and that line is just so happen lining up with the previous day's high from today. So now I know that if I get a break on this, that I should hit 132.50 at the least as a potential target, which is about a $1 spread, and that could be a 3-hour work week trade for me, assuming that the trade goes in my favor. So that's how I draw trend lines on the different time frames, and then they compute over for me onto the 5-minute chart, give me a better idea of where I am in the bigger scheme of things. Masterclass, dominate. Oh, before I go, I don't want to forget this. It also computes over to all of my individual screens for all of my stocks. So it may take some time to do it naked on each chart, but when you do so, it becomes very helpful because your trend lines are color coded and you know when the stock is breaking or holding support on a significant level other than what you're looking at on a 5-minute chart. Now I'm finished. Masterclass. Dominate.